Hi, I'm Aanchal, Vastu consultant, astrologer, and a life coach.
Hi, my name is Anjali Balwal. I'm first runner-up of Mrs. India Worldwide 2025, and today I'm having a great pleasure and an opportunity to talk to astrologer Aanchal. Thank you, Aanchal, for giving your time today. I'm a big fan of astrology, and I would like to know so many things about Vastu as well. I'm a big fan and a follower of astrology. As myself have gone through the Ketu Mahadasha and I had a big transformation. And since then, I think I developed interest in astrology. So there's so many things going on in my mind at the moment, but we start from Ketu planet. I found it that makes you more spiritual.
Yeah.
And it is a transformation journey. It has been for me since then. So, and people also are very scared of Ketu as well, they are like, oh my gosh, Ketu Mahadasha is very, very difficult. Even the Antadasha, when Antadasha comes. So, what is the myth? What is your thought about this?
As of my understanding, I think each planet has something to give, something to teach, something for us to learn from. And Ketu is actually the most auspicious of the all planets. It's a very short period, but it's a great gift in a way, because what we know of life in the human dimension, we want to stick to the sansar that we call it. But when Ketu comes in, it breaks all your illusions. It breaks open the soul of the person. So that is the time when you journey with your soul rather than in your humanness, of your relationships, your materialistic world, your everything. But when Ketu comes in, Ketu really gives you time and situations where you go deeper. You understand that I'm not just human. You understand that I'm more than this what I can feel, what I can see, and there are many other dimensions to live. And it's such a big gift that I feel that, yes, it does gives you the inner core fakiri, I feel. From Ketu, one can be gifted with the fakiri, because being fakir is the highest virtue in a way, where you have to give up everything. It's so costly being a fakir, I feel, that you have to give everything that you know of, what you believe of, what you think of. And when you are ready to give everything, that is the cost when you bring in fakiri in your life. So being fakir, I feel, is the highest level of what you can really think that I am. What am I? Giving up everything to just get fakiri, that I'm nothing. I belong to nothing. And that brings the openness of the soul, and everything comes to.
That's very, very true, because when I was going through my Ketu Mahadasha, I found myself, and it literally took me where I wanted to know why I'm here. I'm not on this planet just to, achieve the materialism. It's more than that. And then for me, it was a transformation journey. And when I look back to those 7 years, and I think that was the best time of my life, because I wouldn't have gone through that deeper, wanting to know myself. And I spent so much time alone, just by myself. And I was connected to that divine power, which I've never felt it before. So I think very, very well said, Aanchal. Since I've gone through my Ketu Mahadasha, and now I see whosoever is going through this Mahadasha, I can feel what exactly they have gone through. So, I exactly know it's not forever, because you lose hope. Literally, when this time, because before it's a Budh Mahadasha, and in Budh Mahadasha, you are flying high, you're looking best, and you're achieving your goals, materialistic goals. And then suddenly Ketu Mahadasha comes. And then, the materialistic world which you have built so far, that's trashed and smashed. And then you think, what happened? What did you do wrong? Kisi ki nazar lagi hai, somebody have done some black magic on you, have you gone through an evil eye or something? And then slowly, because Ketu is a very mysterious planet, so Ketu wants you to go deeper and Ketu wants you to find the answers.
Yeah.
And I think it is also, some people go through the PhD, the research. So Ketu is, it just takes you to research
I
part as well.
think it's good to understand and think from the space of what is your understanding, because you've already gone through what has been your experience with that planet. All planets are mysteries. All planets are mysteries. It's like, how are you connected? Something, when pain occurs in someone's life, you're vigilant. You're like, what is happening? That is the time when you're really looking for answers, because you have burning questions. But when everything is fine, like you said, Mercury was very nice and fine, may not be for other person. It is a placement only for you. It was a gift only for you.
That was my next question. Like, does it affect like where Ketu, or when Ketu Mahadasha comes, where Ketu is sitting in your chart, and when Venus comes, where it's sitting in your chart, and it just gives you a result depending on that.
On the placement, on the soul journey that the soul has chosen in this particular lifetime to come out and give the results. Like if somebody is having a deeper soul journey in a way where everybody is moving towards the liberation, but there will be hurdles. Like for instance, if we have a very good Mahadasha of any planet and we are like happy, growing in our sansar, maybe we have pitfalls like, I don't care what the other person thinks because I am the one, I am the thing. And then the next Mahadasha comes, it ruins you completely. And that is the burning question, that what did I do wrong? Where I was not human? And then understanding it's not just about human, and understanding that it's not just the human life, it's also this journey beneath, which is of the soul. You tend to grow, and it happens with the age, with the Mahadashas that are set for everybody. Somebody may have this Ketu Mahadasha when they were born. What would you suggest? You're just completely taken care of by your parents. You may lose parents, you may have everything in the house looked after. So it depends what and how that particular planet is bringing for you. No planet is good and no planet is bad. It's like what your soul has chosen, how it will unfold your journey, and what will you learn from that. For instance, like from your Ketu Mahadasha being the foundation, because you feel that I'm very connected to myself after that, what would you like to do in your Venus? Because now you may be tested with all the Ketu experiences that you had. Wow, I can be on top of this thing, maybe on that thing. And then am I in connection to the experience that I had?
Yeah, so that's a very, very good question you have asked. Of course, now Venus, as it just wants you to experience all those luxurious things and materialistic things, and probably a few unfulfilled desires from your past, which you want to fulfill in this life. But Ketu reminds me, it just keeps me grounded. And the good thing is that the lessons which I have learned and the deeper I have gone in this Ketu Mahadasha, I think those lessons will stay with me forever. And I never forget that. So Venus, yes, the moments would come where, I would go very high and I feel very energetic, which is good, it just wants me to do this. I've got like thousands of things going on in my mind. I do this business, I do this, and where Ketu was like nothing. I just left everything, I surrendered everything.
So having said that, you should know that now you are in the outer journey of the sansar, of the illusion. Earlier you were on the soul path, you were going inside of you, which was, in my opinion, this is the reason why we are taken birth, or we are going back again in cycles of life. So keeping that in mind that yes, I can achieve everything, but something your Mahadasha of Ketu has literally given you as an experience, that really what is worth it? Really, what can I actually bring? It can be loud and luxurious, fine. Maybe for some person it is, some person it may not be. But understanding that no matter whatever desire I have, so you're being tested on your desire as well. Looking at Ketu, what you have gone through, and now understanding things from the space of, I've got desires. So desires is something that will bring you back again into this life. Ketu is liberation. It's like, leave this, leave that. You're just, on another level. But Venus is going to be testing you, coming back again, time tested, that, okay, I have a desire. So desire will going to have repercussions anyways. Even if I have a desire of having a child, I will going to go through Mo, I will go through Mamta, and then I want the well-being. So my desire is going to be start multiplying with that child. Though it's procreation, but every desire that we go through has a repercussion, and we need to come back to the cycles again.
And another thing I wanted to ask you is that, so how important Lagna chart and D9 chart? So I get confused because some of astrologer, they say like, your of course, like D9 chart is more deeper of Lagna chart.
Yeah.
So if I want to see my Mahadasha and I want to see my planet, it's good or bad. So how should
That's
I?
what I'm saying. There is nothing good and nothing bad. There is no placement I would like to call it in black and white. Yes, there can be challenging time with certain periods of time, and there can be certain periods where you are absolutely free to do what you want to do. And D1 chart is your main chart, and D9 is the detailed chart of you yourself as a person. So your house 1 is in detailed looked up to. So who you are, who's your partner, who's going to be your a lot about you is revealed in your D9 chart. Certain planetary positions get better in your D9 chart, which means the underlying current it'll be smooth ride. Some planetary positions are challenging. It means that you have to be learning a lot. So how you are placing your words, how you're looking at your chart is actually the way you will going to live your life through. Not from the space of fear, but from the space of, this is what is awaited.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, because probably my Ketu is very prominent in my chart. That's why I would love to talk about Ketu, and I've recently gone through the Ketu Mahadasha. So, I mean, that's what Ketu even teaches you, to just surrender on, there's no need to be fearful, just surrender and leave everything to.
But you will be tested more. So
Yeah.
now with your desires coming up and you want to maybe conquer the world at this time and knowing that, okay, I can, and then the cycle will come again. So understanding it from that perspective as well.
Right. And just one more thing, there's so many astrologers, they'll just tell you to wear some rings, some stone.
Yeah.
How effective these stones are? Would you
Stones,
recommend?
yes, I would like to say that stones is something which are minerals which are coming from the nature and like us, part of the nature. So certain energies and certain fingers are given for one particular planet. So if you want to enhance clear energy, having said that, I always recommend getting your rings charged before wearing them, because each planet is, not each, leaving aside 2, we have planets which are ruling 2 of the houses together. So when we wear certain crystal or a ring or a stone, it enhances both the houses. And sometimes we want one house to work for us and sometimes we don't. So this is where the pujas tweak in, and they say, okay, I want this kind of, because maybe it is governing your, say, 8th and 1st house together. So you don't want that kind of, maybe you don't at this, we configure that kind of energy with the charging of the ring.
Aanchal, can we find out our life purpose by looking at, can you just, if someone is confused and they just don't know what to do in their life, there's so many paths to choose, to take. So can one know the life purpose by looking at their chart?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is the reason why you should open up your charts, go through, understand what is the current theme, understand why what's happening and how things are happening for you, and how you can actually tweak in a little bit and see that what do I want to learn from this time period. So, and also how do I want to now place, like somebody who's supposed to be in the hospital a lot can go as a patient and can go as a doctor. So what do you choose? If you know the chart before, if you know, like in your early stages, you can work accordingly as with your career in that strength.
Aanchal, you are also a Vastu consultant, and there's not a lot of people who are doing Vastu in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I mean, I always wanted to find one, so finally I found one, and I've got so many questions to ask. The first thing is, I want to ask from you is, having toilet in Northeast.
Yeah.
Do we have any remedies, as like, in New Zealand, it's very hard, especially in Auckland, to find a house. And especially if someone finally found a house, and then it's very hard to go through, all these Vastu and things.
Remedies and changes
Yeah.
and demolitions. And that is the reason why I feel it's important to go to the Vastu consultant beforehand, so that you're not, because there are certain cases you can do the remedies, no problem, because you cannot find an idle place, which is, unless not built by you. But if you're going to buy a house, it's good and advisable. Like for certain things, it's like southwest entry, northeast toilet, and the Brahmastan. Check these three things. If these are in alignment, okay, fine, things can be done. Rest of the things can be taken care of. But if you think your Brahmastan is having a lot of load, a lot of heaviness, if your southwest entry and you have northeast toilet, it's good to let go of that property, because you may feel like that I'm getting a good bargain or good property, but may not be very suitable for your harmony of life.
So if somebody is already living
Yeah.
in that property, so
Yeah.
are there any remedies or anything they can
It's
do?
good if you are in your own house, then definitely with the northeast toilet, you have to demolish it.
Right.
There is no other option. If somebody is telling you, okay, I can do a remedy for it, no, not advised. So, but also you should know that this is the real northeast for me. Like, you should know that this is the northeast of the house. Just don't get panicked. Get your house checked, get your degrees in place, and then see that, yeah, this is the northeast and I've got a toilet there. So, because what happens is, northeast is supposed to be the head of the Vastu Purush. What is Vastu? Is supposed to be a Vastu Purush head, the northeast. And
Right.
southwest is the part of, legs and the lower part of the body. So if you have your head in the toilet all the time, do you think you're going to do well in life? Or if I tell you to, just place your mandir, your temple, or your sacred, your meditational spaces in the northeast direction, it's very good. But if I tell you, put a toilet there, or if I just simply tell you, just go and meditate in your toilet.
Yeah.
Just start doing your prayers in the toilet. It's this your head would never be clear. So that is the reason why anything which is of excretion is not supposed to be in your head space. And northeast is your head space. That is the reason it has to be clear. It has to be more for your sacred spaces. And so you are taking good decisions. You are more clear in your head. You're in harmony, and you're more functional in balanced way.
You have to come to my house, Aanchal. You need to let me know when you're available. I have to take you, because I think now while you're talking, I can think of so many things.
Yeah.
So I have to.
So you're more likely to make wrong decisions.
Yeah.
It may affect your health in a certain ways. What happens is, not everybody would like it. There's a lot of fear that you will develop a cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes and yes, may not be, because it depends what's the age of the person, it depends. But living for a long period and taking wrong decisions will start from there. Because
your head is not in the right,
space. Yeah, that's happening. Like, you will not going to keep your, idols of your whatever in the toilet. So you're doing that actually
Yeah.
by having a toilet in the northeast. That's it.
That's a very well said. You have explained it very, very nicely, and I can collect the dots. So, and also, Aanchal, another thing, as being an astrologer,
Yeah.
what do you think prayers, like, if something is already destined, doing prayers, puja path, and following, your idol, any god you believe in, can change your destiny, like bhagya?
There are two things. One is when you are beyond anything. It's like when you are like, जिसको बोलते हैं ना, लॉ लगी हुई है अंदर से. When you see people that उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता किसी एस्ट्रोलॉजी से, उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता किसी वास्तु की डायरेक्शन से. Those are the people, जैसे जो ऋषिज हैं, जो शायद हिमालय में भी बैठे हुए हैं, और उनको नहीं फ़र्क पड़ता कि उनके स्किन पे कुछ है कि नहीं है, उनको नहीं फ़र्क पड़ता कि वो डायरेक्शन कौन से पे बैठे हुए हैं. बट दे आर इन द हायर realms. दोज पीपल आर लाइक, वो जुड़े हुए हैं. उनको, अगर आप उस जगह पे अपने आप को देखते हो कि आप वहाँ तक आ चुके हो, तब तो yes, nothing will affect you. You're taken care of, because there is nothing beyond that supreme. And if you feel that there is a longing and you feel कभी मैं यहाँ गिर रहा हूँ, कभी मैं यहाँ गिर रही हूँ, कभी मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, if there is a turmoil in your head, if you feel कभी मेरे को हंसी आ रही है, कभी मुझे रोना आ रहा है, अगर मैं उससे पार जा चुकी हूँ कि हंसी और, बिकॉज what is life? Life is duality. We are either happy or we are sad. But if we are beyond that, that nothing can affect me, no sadness, no happiness, then you are in a space that you can feel, I have nothing, that then you would not be asking me this question, because then you're connected. Then you don't need anybody outside of you. But if you are feeling that, yes, there is certain thing that I need to complete my journey and I'm looking for something, because जब तक हमें कोई चीज़ मिलती नहीं, हमें ढूंढनी तो पड़ती है, तो हम ढूंढते हैं उसको, उसके लिए हमें मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. पर जब हमें कोई चीज़ मिल जाती है, फिर थोड़े ना हम उसको ढूंढते हैं, फिर तो हम बैठ जाते हैं कि अब उसी को साधना है. तो वो डिपेंड करता है कि आप कहाँ पे हो, आपकी पर्सनल जर्नी क्या चल रही है. अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ अभी कुछ बाकी है, तो डेफिनेटली दैट्स द पाथ. और अगर लगता है कि नहीं, अब मेरी लॉ लग चुकी है, मुझे कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, वो आपके चार्ट में भी आता है, और आप नहीं भी चार्ट देखोगे तो भी वो रहेगा आपके साथ. तो देयर इज़ समथिंग हायर एंड सुप्रीम. And I believe in that.
So as I'm going through my Venus Mahadasha,
Yeah.
how important Venus is in one's chart
Yeah.
to fulfill their desire? Is this the only
Venus
planet?
is the planet for desire.
Yeah.
Yes, and it depends which houses it's affecting, how well it is placed. If it is placed, you can expect a lot of fame. You can expect a lot of desires getting fulfilled, luxuries, travels, everything.
Yeah, because I mean, I do feel that as I was going through the Ketu Mahadasha and I was on a surrender mode, didn't really wanted to go out, hang out with people. I was happy to sit in my house and do my prayer, puja, path and all.
Do you still feel it?
Yeah. I think that's because maybe my Ketu is in D9 chart is in 12th house and Lagna chart is on 9th house. So I mean, I was like that since childhood. But when the Ketu Mahadasha, it hit me hard. I mean, this was something which I've never experienced, and I really had a very amazing experiences. I mean, I could feel that I literally felt like I'm connected to God in another level, which I've never experienced before. And suddenly I was a grown person, which I want, those lessons to stay with me. I hope the Venus won't just take, all those things.
Yeah.
And I'm again in that illusion, world. So, I mean, now the Venus, of course, I'm going through a Venus Mahadasha. So, how much Mahadasha affects on one's chart? Because I feel ki jab meri, when I was going through my Ketu Mahadasha, I mean, I developed the Ketu trait. I was feeling that, not wanting to wear the flashy clothes, and, was more like sadhu types of, you would know better what I'm, trying to tell. My hairs were messy, I wouldn't even care,
I think we're very identified with the outer.
Yeah.
Identified as in कि अगर मेरे बाल ऐसे हैं तो मैं साधु हूँ, और अगर मेरे बाल ऐसे हैं तो मैं शायद मॉडल हूँ.
Yeah.
So it's again how we are looking at things.
Yeah.
But there are, you may have a person doing modeling and maybe very connected.
Yeah.
Maybe very connected.
Yeah.
And that is where I think your journey should lead you.
Yeah.
Having the experience of Ketu, and if you can just hold on to the essence, because that's the soul journey. So if you can hold on to that and then, further conclude your Venus journey with that, it'll be, I think, a win-win situation and more fruitful journey for you. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not connected to the outcome, just live.
Don't try and force yourself to be on some side, because what happens is we judge.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, this is right and this is good and this is positive, and not reap the benefit of what is given to you, because Ketu was given to you for a certain period and you've lived that, and you've lived that to the fullest, and now Venus has been given to you. So rather than going into any judgment of things and planetary positions, just try and see how as a person have you evolved, and take things from that stride, and even in Venus. That.
Very well said,
Yeah.
Aanchal. Very well said. Another thing is that, as after Ketu, they talk about Rahu.
Yeah.
Rahu is another planet, is planet
Yeah.
of illusion.
Yes.
And if someone is going through their Rahu Mahadasha, and it's
Yeah.
quite long journey. So, it's like, like Rahu planet, what's the one soul's journey if somebody is having the Rahu Mahadasha and they are going through some troubles, because it is a high and low, Mahadasha you go through, it depends again on your chart. So, I mean, because I really like your ideology, like, the way you say you don't have to be scared of that. What would you like to tell our viewers if somebody is going through the Rahu Mahadasha, how they should deal with it? Because it is not an easy Mahadasha, it's a very challenging, especially if teen. It's like, because I get very scared. My son will have his Rahu Mahadasha when he will be 18.
Okay.
And so how, parents or oneself should deal with this Mahadasha?
It basically depends on which house is the planet sitting, what all is it affecting, the areas, the arenas. So certain remedies can be done before or just at the starting of your Mahadasha. That helps, because what happens is if we've ruined something, then we cannot fix it. But if there is supposed to be something happening and then we are taking care of it, precaution is better than cure, is what I'm saying.
That's what astrology
astrology does.
Yeah.
So with tweaking in that, if your dasha is just started and you do all your remedies in place beforehand, before anything gets disturbed for you, there is an age difference. Like you can understand what Rahu is at this age, but your son may not be able to when he's going to turn 18. So it's the experience that matters. It's not just the placement of the chart or the planetary position. It's also what age are you getting which dasha, because that's the unfolding of the journey. So as a mother, that the good thing is that you will understand that, okay, I can understand the rebellious behavior. I can understand that this can go wrong. And then there are certain remedies that you can start in the starting of the Mahadasha. You can just finish that beforehand. So nothing is that much if it is okay types. But if it is not, just by understanding that you can be rebellious, and that's the age of being in rebel. The hormones are just at its peak, and then he's got that dasha in this period.
So we can control these dashas by doing some rituals?
Yes, we can. I would say we can tweak in a little bit, and we can understand, and the unfolding gets easier and understandable, and certain remedies saves you from, like, अगर किसी का कुछ खराब होना और हो चुका, उसके बाद अगर आप आए हो, तो फिर अब उसमें तो उसको ठीक करने की रेमेडी होगी ना, वो चीज़ ना हो पाए या हम किसी तरीके से उसको थोड़ा सा बाईपास कर सकते हैं, या थोड़ा बहुत, मैं ये नहीं बोल रही कि हम पूरा प्रारब्ध बदल देंगे, वो तो नहीं हो सकता, कि अगर किसी के लिए कुछ लिखा है तो अगर वो कुछ लिखा है तो वो होगा, उसका प्रभाव कम हो जाएगा. Like instance, you have to walk through this road, but you can get shoes to wear. You will not going to walk this road, चाहे bumpy है, चाहे इसमें कांटे लगे हुए, but you can have shoes meanwhile to go through this road.
Yeah, same. When I was going through my Ketu Mahadasha, I didn't know what's happening with me.
Yeah.
And then once I got to know, okay, this is it, this is, and then I was more not prepared. You can't be prepared for what's coming, but at least you know why this is happening.
I think only preparation is that you know about it, and not from the space of fear. जब तुम्हें पता है कि तुमने किसी चीज़ के साथ चलना है, it's good to come from full strength within yourself. अपने आप को पूरा रेडी. जब अगर हमें पता है कि हमने मैराथन रन करना है, तो हम पहले से ही प्रैक्टिस करते हैं ना उसके लिए. हम पहले से ही अपनी प्रिपरेशन पूरी स्ट्रांग रखते हैं, so that I can run through the marathon. तो वो चीज़ें आसान कर देती हैं.
Yeah, sometimes people just go to astrologer, कुंडली दिखाते हैं when everything is going wrong.
Yeah.
And I think, मैं हमेशा believe करती हूँ कि every 5 years or every 10 years when the dasha is changing or something, I would like to just, go to someone nice and just, sit and just see what's happening, where we are at. I think probably it's better to just,
I think the best time to go is just, I think, week to 10 days or maybe a little before your birthday, every year. Because that is the time when certain planetary positions are shifting for you, and every year is different to the next or the previous one. So, and there are certain kind of pujas that are done for that. उसको वर्षेश बोलते हैं. That there you are. What is, जैसे हम अभी तो हमें ये पता है कि मार्च का साल चल रहा है, ये साल चल रहा है, but actually the real astrology is, उसको हम वर्षेश बोलते हैं. वर्ष का जो लॉर्ड होता है आपका उस पर्टिकुलर साल का, from your birthday to the next birthday. That is something like, maybe it can be moon, it can be Venus, it can be Shani, it can be anything for you. So then you know that this particular year is unfolding in this fashion for me. Not like for everybody is going Mars because it's number 9, not because it's like,
Yeah.
So it's like that. So you have a Varshesh every particular year for your own birth chart. The flavor of your entire year would be according to that. And then if we do the puja beforehand for that, what happens is, अगर कुछ थोड़ी बहुत लेफ्ट राइट चीज़ें हैं तो हम उसका दान हो जाता है. अगर कोई चीज़ अच्छी है तो यू नो कि अच्छा ठीक है, पूजा हो गई, सब कुछ ठीक है, एंड आई एम फाइन एंड आई कैन जस्ट गो बाय लिटिल बिट. तो वो पहले से ध्यान रहती हैं चीज़ें कि क्या करना है. आई थिंक हैविंग Varshesh, understanding what's your Varshesh and understanding how you can just take care of that particular year by year. Go easy.
Another question about the puja, while we're talking about puja. I mean, I know some of the astrologer in India I would call and ask, and they were like, ये puja करवा लो, तुम्हारा सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा, everything will
online
be.
भी बहुत है.
Yeah, true. And then, I mean, this will happen.
तो फिर कुछ ठीक हुआ?
I mean, I don't believe in that. I do puja by myself.
Okay.
But then there's so many people, I mean, I know some of my friends, they've spent so much money and, giving that money away. And this is like the Panditji is doing puja in India. And then I could never understand the concept, like how somebody else is doing puja on behalf of you and things are getting better for you. I mean, isn't it like you yourself is doing puja and then you connecting with that divine, that matters?
बहुत वेरिएशन है इसमें. एक्चुअली फ़र्क पड़ता है कि कौन किस स्टेज पे है लाइफ में. अगर बहुत ही बुरा हाल चल रहा है किसी का तो, और वो नहीं जा सकता इंडिया, मतलब ज़रूरी नहीं है क्योंकि ठीक है, बिकॉज दिस साइंस बिलोंग्स टू इंडिया, दैट इज़ द रीज़न वाई आई एम सेइंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. क्योंकि हर जगह को एक ईस्ट बना दिया गया, हर जगह को एक चीज़ दे दी गई रेमेडी की इसकी पूजा यहाँ पे जाके होगी, बिकॉज दिस साइंस इज़ कमिंग फ्रॉम दैट स्पेस, तो वहाँ पे जाके होगी. अब जो लोग बाहर रहते हैं, दिस इज़ वेयर आई फील astrology gets different, how you are doing things in India and how you're doing things in here, because I live here, I know what's happening around here, I know the place, the people, and also the situations that people are going through, because I'm very much part of the economy, the community, everything what's happening around. क्या होता है कि जब एक इंसान वापस नहीं जा सकता, उसके पास हो सकता है पैसों से रुका हुआ है, हो सकता है टाइम से रुका हुआ है, हो सकता है उसके हालात ही नहीं है अभी किसी चीज़ के लिए, मगर वो सिचुएशन बहुत डिफिकल्ट है टू डील विद. और जब हम बिल्कुल मरे हुए होते हैं ना, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल चारों खाने चित और हम ज़मीन पे होते हैं, तो हमें लगता है कि शायद एक पत्ता भी हिल जाएगा ना तो शायद उसकी कृपा मेरे ऊपर हो जाएगी. तो एक ये चीज़ है. हाँ, ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत पागल बनाने वाले या एस्ट्रोलॉजी के नाम पे बहुत कुछ गलत नहीं हो रहा या फेयर नहीं ड्राइव किया जा रहा, बट all I want to say is it's a very deep and great science. It needs to be reorganized, given by people who can understand life from the space of strength and from the space of newness that everybody is going through. डर के नहीं. अब जैसे certain pujas are supposed to be done कि राहु की ये वाली पूजा यहाँ होगी, शनि की वाली पूजा यहाँ होगी. अब वो इंसान नहीं जा सकता. उस केस में आप संकल्प दे सकते हो किसी को, हो सकता है. बहुत अच्छा है कि आप जाओ, बहुत अच्छा है. पर अगर किसी की बहुत बुरी हालत है और आप नहीं जा सकते, कुछ एक पूजाएं होंगी जो बिल्कुल क्लियर कट, जो पता है कि ऐसे ही चलती हैं. कई डिपेंड करता है कर कौन रहा है. जैसे कुछ पूजाएं ऐसी हैं कि वो बोलेंगे नहीं हम ऐसे नहीं करते, आपको आना ही पड़ेगा. द रियल वंस हु विल से नहीं आपको आना ही पड़ेगा, वो मना कर देंगे, फिर आप बैठे रहो. उससे अच्छा फिर वो बीच में कुछ लोग आएंगे, कहेंगे नहीं हम कर देते हैं. बंदा कहेगा कुछ नहीं हो सकता तो हम नहीं जा सकते तो हम करवा लेते हैं. सो देर इज़ नथिंग गुड एंड बैड एंड राइट एंड रॉन्ग आई कैन कॉमेंट अबाउट. It also depends on the situation person who's going through.
Aanchal, can astrologer change the bhagya?
I don't believe that. He can help you walk through what you're going through, because nobody can live your path. Nobody will take. थोड़ी बहुत tweaking होती है, मगर ऐसा नहीं होता कि अगर आपने इस वक्त में कुछ रोक भी लिया किसी तांत्रिक पूजा से, किसी और चीज़ से, तो वो फिर बाद में आपके पास आएगी ज़्यादा बड़ी होकर के सिचुएशन.
But tantric, is this real? Like we do hear a lot of stories.
देखो, तांत्रिक ऐसा नहीं है कि तांत्रिक सिर्फ ब्लैक मैजिक है. तंत्र इज़ वेरी डीप. एनीवेयर वेयर योर बॉडी इज सपोज टू बी लाइक, अगर आप खुद बैठ के पूजा करो, दैट बिकम्स अ तंत्र, बिकॉज योर बॉडी इज सिटिंग इन दैट पर्टिकुलर पूजा एंड डूइंग सर्टन थिंग्स.
Can we say, can you find out by looking at someone's chart कि कोई तांत्रिक किसी के ऊपर कुछ हुआ है?
There are ways to look at it कि कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो ऑरा देख के भी की जा सकती हैं और प्लेसमेंट्स देख के भी की जा सकती है. बट it's a great science and it's quite deep and you really need some masters in that kind of stride. Yes, having said that, yes, it can be done.
Aanchal, how important Jupiter's placement in one's chart? Like I've heard a lot of times they say if Jupiter, अगर गुरु तारे तो कुछ नहीं किसी का कुछ बिगाड़ सकते. If Guru is with you,
गुरु तारे तो कौन मारे.
कौन मारे. Exactly. So like how true was this?
गुरु इज सपोज टू, अगर आपका गुरु अच्छा है कुंडली में तो कहते हैं कि 1,00,000 दोषों को दूर करता है आपकी कुंडली से. सो अगर गुरु बहुत अच्छा प्लेस्ड है और अच्छा, हैविंग सेड दैट प्लेसमेंट मैटर्स, अगर अच्छा है गुरु तो वो बहुत 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 चीज़ों को आपके क्लियर कर जाता है. बिकॉज कहते हैं गुरु की दृष्टि गंगा जल. इसलिए हम कहीं पे भी बोलें कि हमें गुरुद्वारे जाना है या हमें गुरु की शरण जाओ, अगर आपको परमात्मा को भी पाना है तो भी कहते हैं कि गुरु की शरण जाओ. बिकॉज देयर हैज़ टू बी समबडी जो आपके लिए वो ताले खोलेगा, वो चाबी गुरु है कि आप कहाँ बंद हो, आप कहाँ अटके हुए हो, आपको कहाँ बाहर निकलना है. एनीथिंग विच यू फील दैट आई एम लॉक्ड इन, the key is the guru, the master. So you have to look for the masters in life, and that is your guru's placement, which tells where the help will come from, where the understanding will come from, where the knowledge will come from. So this is where guru is very very important in the chart.
Actually, because I am a Kali follower.
Okay.
So, मतलब everybody when I say like क्योंकि Kali is my Isht Devi, my घर के हमारे Kali is the main. So whenever I say like I'm a Kali follower, people get like, oh, they just straight away ki tantra and then the black magic, and I'm like, no, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's my
Because Kali is a very fierce power. It doesn't distinguish between good, bad, wrong, right, black, white. It's just fierce power. It just cuts through. It doesn't see कि क्या गिर रहा है. Like if we also
something
know
is
the
bad
idol.
and she'll just destroy.
शिव का जो था ना, because शिव को literally उनके नीचे आके रखना पड़ा था just to stop her because she was like all over. So that kind of immense power Kali has. So Kali, 10 महाविद्या, ये सब बहुत बड़े डोमेन्स हैं. मगर सिर्फ ये काले जादू और इन सब चीज़ों की, इसको तो हमने बहुत नीचे कर दिया इस बात को बोल करके. बट काली इज सुप्रीम, वन ऑफ द सुप्रीम, जिसको आप बोलोगे कि काली उपासक, काली उपासना इज वेरी बिग स्ट्रीम एंड इट्स नथिंग टू बी fearful ऑफ, बट डेफिनेटली गेटिंग इन दैट, क्योंकि उसकी बहुत प्रिसाइज चीज़ें हैं कि आप इतनी देर ये इतना मंत्र, इतनी चीज़ें, बहुत ज़्यादा प्रिसीजन है उसके अंदर, उसको वैसे ही फॉलो करना है. बिकॉज इफ़ यू डू नॉट फॉलो, पावर गोज हे बाय. इट्स लाइक अगर आपने कोई छोटे लोड की तार बड़े लोड पे डाल दी है तो वो ब्लास्ट इज डेफिनेट इन दैट. सो यू हैव टू, यस, बिकॉज शी इज पावरफुल, यू नीड टू बिकम दैट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्ड्यूट टू हैंडल दैट. तो अगर आप उसके लिए मेंटली, फिजिकली, इमोशनली प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं हो तो then you are part of the destruction only.
Yeah, some people even get scared by looking at the picture, but like I always felt very connected. Kalis are Isht Devis. I felt the things which helped me to overcome the hurdles. I mean, I do believe in astrology, of course. That's why I'm sitting with you here, and it's been a great pleasure to talk to you and have so much gained. I've also gained so much knowledge from you and guidance, which you have to come to my house for Vastu. And I mean, for me to get my kundli checked, that's what I do it. I mean, every 2-3 years, or my Mahadasha is changing. I mean, I don't wait for something wrong has happened and then I look for, astrologer, because then you don't know. You just, you go to anywhere because your mind isn't working. So I really like to have like a guidance before. And then, I mean, of course, like, it's you. I think you are the best person to know yourself.
Yeah.
And just how you take that knowledge and apply in your life.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I do like a very small rituals, like doing prayers every day. And I mean, I don't believe in God is one. But I like to follow only one God, and then I pray to her no matter I'm having a good time or bad time. She is the only one. Sometimes, like, what happens, they say कि अब शिव की पूजा कर लो, अब राम की पूजा कर लो, अब हनुमान जी की पूजा करो. I mean, though, of course, like, they have a different effects on the planet. Like, Hanuman ji is a Mars. That's what they say,
Yeah.
So, I mean, what would you like to say on that? Like, me just following only one deity, or like, I mean, if some Mahadasha is going on, they say like, inki puja karo. So how does that affects, and should I do or I shouldn't?
I think the answer lies in that when the ultimate happens, Guru का एक time होता है. Guru is the knowledge. Guru is everything till you reach God, and then there is a time when Guru leaves you because you're one with the divine. That's how it is done. So if you have that innermost belief that is yours, you don't have to buy anything from outside. You don't have to take anything from the outside. If you feel in your own being, in your own system, that this is it, I think everything is taken care of. You can rest yourself here. And that's divine.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel that all the time. I'm connected to Kali, and then whenever I pray to her, I mean, I just see my prayers are being heard, and I would just get I mean, it's not like she would just come and stand in front of me, but she would definitely send someone who will guide me through how to get out from here. Thank you, Aanchal. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you so much, Anjali, for sharing your such a big life story with us. And I'm glad that you trusted me on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.